Right now on WHAS 11 News at noon, the search for the I-75 shooter in Laurel County comes to an end. The moments a local couple found the body believed to be the suspect. And it's a new requirement for Kentucky drivers beginning next year. We'll explain the vision test needed to renew that license. Bourbon and Beyond is taking over the fairgrounds today. The headliners and their effect on the whole city.
You found him? Oh, my Lanta.
You are watching video taken by Fred and Sheila McCoy. They are the two people Kentucky State Police credit with finding the body believed to be Joseph Couch, the suspected I-75 shooter. KSP said the two found his remains in the Daniel Boone National Forest close to the exit where the shooting happened. We are still waiting for a coroner to officially identify the body, but police said there are several clues leading them to believe it's Couch. Our Ian Hardwitt and photojournalist Emma Gefter are in Laurel County.
There was a couple, Fred and Sheila McCoy, advised the troopers that they were also in the area searching for Joseph Couch. Almost immediately after that interaction between troopers and the McCoys, the troopers and McCoys stumbled upon an unidentified body.
That body, Kentucky State Police say, was Joseph Couch's, bringing their nearly 2-week-long manhunt to a close. Along with a weapon, items found with the body led KSP to believe it's Couch. Troopers stumbled upon the McCoys, who will get a $25,000 reward for their find while working in the area near I-75, exit 49.
And then we observed those vultures. And then that was one of the things that we said early on that, may be a clue for us to see.
Can you tell us how far away from the shooting you found this body?
We still have detectives out there in the scene processing, and I don't have that information there at this time.
KSP wouldn't say how long the body had been there either, but it's on the way to Frankfort for an autopsy. Sheriff John Root says he hoped for a different ending.
I want prayers for the victims, also prayers for that family. He's a human being, and I wish we could have took him alive. It just so happened that we didn't.
One day after the shooting that wounded 5 people on Saturday, September 7th, Poor Boys on London's Main Street was mostly empty. Now, the crowd's back.
Everybody kind of get back into the routine. That's what I'm excited about, because you see people and they ask questions, but nobody knows the answer to them. So now we got an answer, and that's a good thing.
The big answer that matters to the people living their lives: this search is over. I'm Ian Hardwitt, WHAS 11, on your side.
An ID on the remains could come as early as today. We're also expecting at that time to learn the cause of death. The McCoys found the body while live streaming. You can watch their full video online. We have a link to it in this story on our homepage at WHAS11.com. Come January, anyone needing to renew their Kentucky driver's license will need to pass a vision screening. In the past, these screenings were only required for new drivers, but starting January 1st, vision screenings can be completed for free at any Kentucky Transportation Cabinet office at the time of that license renewal. Drivers also have the option of conducting a vision exam with your doctor, and if a driver does not pass the vision screening at a regional office, they will be instructed to see a vision specialist for corrective measures before proceeding with that license renewal.
Now this will be an additional safety feature when you renew your license to have a new vision screening, as you may have vision problems you don't even know yet that may be caught and may help your safety and ensure the safety of the other motorists on the road.
This was signed into law back in 2021, but does not take effect until the new year. We'll have more on this story for you coming up today at 4, 5, and 6. JCPS Superintendent Dr. Marty Polio is named a defendant in a lawsuit against the district. A woman alleges JCPS failed to enforce a criminal background check, which led to a bus driver with a prior drug conviction getting behind the wheel. Kim Petty said JCPS driver Aaron Helton was driving a bus full of students last year when he ran a red light and hit her Honda Civic. According to the suit, JCPS eventually found the crash was Helton's fault. Petty was seriously hurt, breaking her neck, shoulder, and pelvis. She filed that suit claiming Helton had a prior drug charge in 2018 in Wyoming and claimed he was not drug tested after her crash, despite JCPS policy stating drivers must get tested after an accident. A spokesperson for the district said it cannot comment on pending litigation. 12:03 here on your Thursday, and things are starting to warm up for us as we reach that lunch hour, but it is looking really nice and sunny out there, Sam.
It sure is, Brooke. Yeah, pretty nice day today. We're going to be hitting the low 90s, and as we've hit the lunch hour, most spots have been sitting well into the middle 80s so far, as we're guided on by nothing but sunshine, a few clouds rolling across the horizon. 85 currently at Ali International, 87 in Jasper. So some of the warmer spots are found to the west right now. We're going to be guided on by just sunshine and a few clouds basically each day throughout the course of the week, and heading right on into the weekend. In fact, today is the first day for Bourbon and beyond. It'll be a hot one if you're going to be planning to go out to the festival and see Sting perform, and even Beck later today. Of course, we're going to be hanging out of some 80s even into the evening, and our sunset right now around 7:40 or so. So we are shrinking the amount of daylight that we do enjoy this time of the year as we progress pretty close to fall. In fact, fall begins actually on Sunday, and along with that quiet, hot stretch of weather will persist into the first day of fall for your Sunday. I'm also tracking some rain showers into the course of next week that will ultimately try and help out with the drought monitor updated throughout the day today. I'll talk more about just how bad the drought has been growing across Kentuckiana and that rain chance into much of next week in a few more minutes.
All right, Sam, thank you. Under a recent city ordinance, LMPD can seize cars involved in street racing takeovers, but local authorities are considering tougher legislation. Mayor Craig Greenberg recently proposed crushing those cars as a new punishment. Our Alexander Goldberg and photojournalist Elijah McKenzie explain.
A lot of people who are doing this, they think of their car as their baby. They'll think twice about racing their cars on our public streets, endangering our people.
Kentucky Representative Republican Jason Nemus of Middletown says he's ready to pump the brakes on Louisville street racers.
I want to crush it. I want you to watch it. I want everybody else to see it so they'll stop putting our people in danger.
Car crushing. Local authorities and lawmakers are considering drafting a bill that would level up the punishment for convicted street racers. Tuesday, Democratic Mayor Craig Greenberg cast his support.
I strongly support legislation that when we seize vehicles that are partaking in this extremely dangerous behavior, that those cars get crushed.
And LMPD Chief Paul Humphrey entertained the idea Wednesday afternoon.
Like, we could do a press conference and we could pull up all those cars out here and take like a steamroller and roll over a Corvette or something. Like, that'd be pretty neat.
These are the marks left by street racers all over the city, and residents say the problem's gotten more widespread this summer.
Right down where we live and where the park is, we have all this type of activity, and it's so dangerous.
He says he's all for car crushing legislation, like some authorities that hope the harsh punishment would deter street racers once and for all. In Louisville, Alexander Goldberg, WHAS11, on your side.
Representative Jason Nemus says he's drafting the bill and hopes to get bipartisan support for it during the next legislative session. And if it passes, he said once the crimes are committed, there would be due process before any of those cars are crushed.